All right, well, hello. It is Friday, October 24th, and it is a cloudy, rainy, windy day here. Let's see. It's Friday, so I will be doing 2 sales on YouTube today. The morning sale has wrapped up, and we'll be talking about what's sold, what's still available, and tonight there'll be another sale, the Sue Spezio Show with Aaron Proctor and Al's Full Shelf Shop filling in for Angie. And I will do another breakdown of what's sold and what's still available after that sale. So let's go ahead and talk about the morning sale. And let's see, I brought 88 items to the sale. I sold 69 items, which means 19 are still available. So we're going to take a look at those 19 items. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these, send me an email or leave a comment down below, and I'll let you know if it's still available and you got it, or if someone else has already claimed it. All right, for $1, I have this flower. It's some kind of a composite material, Velcro on the back. That's $1. Oregon Coast Lighthouse Magnet. That is $1. A ceramic tile magnet. My other house is cleaner. That's $1. This is a mystery item. I do not know what it is. I think it's ceramic, but it's a mystery. But you can have it for $1. And then I have learning cards, learning to count from Disney Junior Puppy Dog Pals. And there's 36 cards in here. And those are also $1. All right, $2. This is a lamb. It's a shelf sitter with the legs hanging over, or you can hang that as an ornament. That's $2. This is a vase. There's a little skip in the glaze right at the bottom flower petal. It's marked USA, and that is $2. Here's a purple tin with a candle inside. It doesn't smell anything specific other than just a nice floral scent, and that is $2. This fella is a Disney character from Song of the South. Now, he was attached to something, and he's no longer attached. I have just part of him, and his nose, something came off his nose because it should be black. But he is $2. And this Scratch and Solve Hangman. Now, the first couple had been started with just one letter each, and you scratch off a letter, and then it tells you a space, and you fill it in, and you guess the word before you fill in the dotted lines on the hangman. There's almost 100. There's like 96 in here. And that is $2. All right, $3. I have this pair of Red Hat Society cup saucer, 2 different shapes to the cups, and those are $3 for the pair. Then I have this Bluebird. It's a magnet, so it's in half, and each half is a magnet. And that is $3. This is from Willow Tree. And it's a wall hanging. And it's called Embrace. And that is $3. And a pansy teapot. It is ceramic. One of the pansies is off the top, but it is right in here, so you will get that. You can glue it back on. That is $3. Then this recipe book, Frozen Desserts, and it is brought to you by Pet Milk Company. And gosh, I think this one was from the 40s, and it teaches you about using the milk, different techniques for freezing, and recipes. Lots of ice cream and topping recipes. And that was $3. This one is about baking powder, how to use it, using it too much, too little for your baking. And it's 2 brochures from the 40s, and they are $3. Then this is an oven recipe book. Oops. Teaching you how to use an oven and recipes. That is also $3. Then this one, almost 100 pages, the history or the story of food preservation from Heinz, 1943. Again, there's almost 100 pages in here, and that is $5. And then $6 for this little guy. So this has a little stand, and it is by Schmidt, and it says Little Francis Peace Prayer Collection, Let Me Bring Light. Made in Taiwan. And it's the little friar, Little Francis, and that is $6. All right, and that is everything that's still available from the sale. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these items, send me an email or leave a comment down below. All right, we're going to take a look at what's sold. This one was a free item, and these were $1 each, and I did grab a little magnet for the cat. A couple more fun magnets. There, so those were all of the $1 items. These were all $2 each. I had some open geodes, so you can see all the pretty crystals inside. That was a pair for $2. The vases were all $2 each, as were the birds. The key, that was also $2. This is a mushroom candle, a cat bell, little ballerina bell, a couple of games. There's a Monopoly game in there, and a Precious Moments groom, and a positive potato. All right, for $3, this was a pair of geodes. So you got both geodes for $3. This is a scripture box, little gift box, cinnamon candle, a rock. That's by Boyd's Bear, a cherished teddy, little cowgirl, an Irish Celtic knot and claddagh, hummingbird magnet, and 101 vegetable recipes from early 80s. That was all $3 each, $4 each. This is another open geode, a little bigger. Fairy sun catcher, one of those clay whistles, bonsai kit, and a pair of metal cats. Also, this really cool sign and this prize-winning picture from 1947 photo contest. Then for $5, we had the polished rocks, a carved eagle from wood, a metal lizard, a stone-carved penguin, willow tree, a little vet and nurse, chopsticks. There's 6 in there. And then this Learn to Bake. Those were all $5 each. And then for $8, these are by Dresden. And there were 4 little pedestal dishes. This really pretty butterfly box. And these really cute woodland animal cubes. All right, and those were $8 each. $8 for 4, 8 and 8. All right, I am going to get the table cleared off and get those items prepped to be wrapped. I do have additional sales and packages going out, so I will be working on those next. All right, I have a couple of additional sales. So this wonderful Mickey and Pluto print, I did a short on that, and that has sold. From yesterday's jewelry sale, I'm going to move it over here so you can see it a little better. It is a World Trade Center key ring. That has sold. And then from eBay, this pair of Briggs pants, that sold for $20. All right, gonna get these wrapped up and ready to be shipped. And I will see you next at the front door, and we're going to talk about postage and packages that are going out today. All right, I am up at the front door, and yeah, I've got the lights on. It's dark outside. All right, let me show you the packages that are heading out today. All right, I've got 2 towers of packages for a total of 12. And that's 11 YouTube payments and 1 eBay. All right, and that does give me then 14 boxes that I am currently awaiting payment on. But thank you everyone for your payments. Hopefully I'll be making another trip tomorrow when some more payments come into the post office. All right. So that's going to do it for now. I am transitioning the table for the evening sale, and I will see you again after the sale. All right, well, hello. It's now Saturday. So last night after the sale, I was working on getting my shorts done for today, and I just decided to go to bed. Get up, get started again, fresh for the day. And so we're going to go ahead and talk about the sale last night, what's still available, what's sold. And yeah, you can use this part as a buy it now for the sale. Okay, so we bring 15 items to the sale. I actually brought a bunch of choice. Mostly because a lot of these items were kind of the last time through a live sale before I do shorts and get them out to more people seeing them, and then eventually on to eBay. So yeah, so a lot of these, this is like the last time you're going to see these items. So I brought a bunch of them. So then probably not this week, but next week when I do my pictures or my videos for the shorts, these are going to be included in them. Okay, let's see. So that brought my count up to 24 items. I sold 7 items, which means 17 items are still available for this buy it now portion. All right, so I'm going to start a little out of order, and I'm going to start with some really neat cards that I have. So let me flip this around. All right, so let me show you the back of these. So these are Original Americans by Vera Louise Drysdale. Now, some of these are dated 1975. Some of them are dated 1969. And these are cards with envelopes. The first one I'm going to show you is a set of 4. And these are, let's see, well, that one was Maria the Potter. This one, which is dated 1969, is a Zuni mother and child. This one dated 1975. It is not marked as to who she is. And then this one is marked Young Navajo Mother and Child, and it's dated 1969. So I only have one set of 4, and that is $8. I have 2 sets of 6, where you get Maria the Potter, and you get the 2 mothers with child. So I have 2 of those sets available. They are $6. And then I have quite a few of just the Maria the Potter card. And those are $2 each. So yeah, so 4 cards, 3 cards, 1 card. All right, next I have a Gene Autry picture. Now, this one does have, I believe, some coffee stains on it. This is not an original signature. Whoever made this copy did copy a signed picture. That one is just $1, and that's just to cover the really the packing materials used for that one. So $1. This I do believe is an original. It is Bremen, Germany. It looks like an original. It feels like an original. It is pencil signed. This is $3, and it's about, I think, a 4x6. Might even be a little smaller than a 4x6. Then William and Kate. This is from 2011. And it's a magazine all about them. And that is $3. Oh, if I didn't mention, this one is also $3. All right, these are pictures that would have been in a late Victorian periodical, probably 1880s. This one was torn out like a partial page, and it's called Returning from Market. And what they used to do is take a picture that someone painted, and they would credit the artist over here, and then they would do an etching so that they could run it through the printing press, and then they would credit the etcher, the engraver, over here. So that one, Returning from Market, that's $3. This one is a little bigger because it is the full page. It's called Worn Out, and this appeared in the De Moritz Monthly Magazine. And again, probably from the either 1870s or 1880s, because this picture, the original picture, was done in the 1870s. So that is also $3. This is from 1938. It is the Virgin Mary, and it's a picture. It is dated 1938 on the back. And then a postcard, giant postcard of Mount Rushmore. Both of those are $3 each. So $3 each for those. Then this is a lithograph, but it is on that textured paper, kind of makes it feel like it's an original. 1910 car, and it is on a thicker piece of cardboard. It's mounted on, and that is also $3. And then this fun one, racing, it is also a litho, and that's also $3. All right, some maps. This is early civilizations in the Middle East. September 1978, National Geographic. That is $6. And then a Michelin map of Scotland. That is also $6. And that's a really thick one. And this one is a double-sided, which shows you the terrain, and it shows you on the back side all of the people. This is a pair of military framed pictures. You're going to get both of them for $7. This one, I don't know who the fella is. It's not no name or anything on here. This one, though, is marked. It's marked with an article, and it's marked on top also. So $7 for the pair. Then this is America's National Parks. It is a beautiful picture book. You get about 4 or 5 pages on each of the national parks. Some might get a few more pages. That is $8. And then a cookbook. I love bacon. And this is also $8, and it is filled with yummy recipes. And there are some pictures in here also. And dessert. Yep, so you get dessert also. So everything done with, it's like bacon and pork belly is in there. So that is $8. All right. So those are all of the items that are still available. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these items, send me an email or leave a comment down below. All right, let's take a look at what sold. So I actually had a second Gene Autry picture, and that one sold for $4. A map of Australia. So this one has Australia on one side, all the animals on the other side. That sold for $6. This sold for $8. George Washington's Secret 6, the spy ring that saved the American Revolution. I thought that was really cool. And there was a show, I think it was on A&E. I can't remember now, but it's called Turn. I had to look it up last night. Called Turn, and it is also about George Washington's spies. Then this one, Eiffel's Tower. Now it says for young people because the font is a little bigger, but it's really for everybody. And it's the story of the 1889 World's Fair that gave us the Eiffel Tower. That also sold for $8. Also for $8, this big lot of postcards. Some of the postcards are locations. Some of them are like art. And this one's like a museum. So it was a fun mix. That sold for $8. And then this book, Julia Harrington, which apparently is all about 1913. And it not only features some stories about Julia Harrington, but in kind of a scrapbook style, you also got these really fun ads and other things that were kind of relevant for 1913. So that one was also $8. And then for $9, this beautiful foil picture of the running horses in the snow. All right, so thank you so much to Aaron and Sue and Al's Full Shelf Shop, for filling in for Angie this week. It was great hanging out with everybody. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for hanging out with us last night and staying for trivia and the races. I appreciate everyone who made it to the end of the sale. That is going to wrap things up for this video. I'm going to get it uploaded so you can watch it today, and you can join me tonight, Saturday night, for the late night sale with Denise's Magical Emporium and Karen Chasin Vintage. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tonight.